We are almost at the end, my friends. This is course number 4 of the Easy Video Marketing Mastery course on my channel. I'm your host. I'm the neighborhood friendly video producer, aka the Video Fearless Dude. Helps brands and businesses build a better business with video, using video to market, using video to attract leads and clients, using video to build your influence. So that's what I do, and it's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We got one more module to go. So let's get into it. So this is all about the Video Gear House. What is the Video Gear House? Well, first of all, we talked about, let me go to the slide here. In lesson number 1, we talked about the video production formula, which is what is the step-by-step method to easily produce any kind of content that your heart desires. All right, the Video Confidence Accelerator is my 6-part framework to help you overcome any challenges that you may have speaking on camera. It teaches you how to get out of your own way. If that is a block that you have, you don't want to share your information, you're afraid of what others may think, you're afraid of rejection, all those things can be easily fixed by following my Video Confidence Accelerator, my program. All right, next, the storytelling avalanche. So once you've gotten over your challenges, once you figured out how to create your video, you got to tell stories, right? The stories are the way we attract followers. Stories are the way we attract people to us, right? We want people seeing us, learning about us, and then being attracted to our personalities, attracted to our story. That's what the storytelling avalanche is about, building that quick, know, like, and trust. And now we're getting the video gear that you may need, because if you're making a video, you got to have a video camera, right? Right. So this is what I will teach. I will teach you what other pros won't about making videos to attract leads, followers, and to build rapport, even if the camera is terrifying. And I didn't even say that. That's my unique sales proposition. I didn't include that in my other modules of this course, but that's really my unique sales proposition, that I can help you learn how to attract leads and followers using video, even if you're terrified of making videos. So I decided to make this last module, save the best for last. So there's some video trivia for you. You got to use your noodle a little bit for this. All right, so answer this question. Blank is more important than blank. Is the camera more important than the lens? Are extras more important than the main talent? Is the video more important than the audio? Or is the audio more important than the video? Or is it none of the above? So I'm going to share the answers with you later on, but just want you to start thinking about that as we move forward. All right, so this is my guarantee to you, that you will know exactly how to create a video that will build your brand's or company's influence, impact, and attract leads without spending tons on equipment or tons of time or tons of money. If you don't have a budget, you don't have to do that. And I will share my 25 plus years of experience in video production and broadcasting with you, but you have to execute. You have to take the steps and actually implement the things that I've been teaching. So why are you even thinking about video? Well, I know why I'm doing it, because I like video. that goes without saying. All right, but Jennifer Ward Stamp says, love this. We are a small shop. I'm a one-person marketing department, and having some easy steps on this is fantastic. So thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer actually was one of my students when I was in grad school. One of my fellow students when I was in grad school at the University of South Florida. Now she lives with her family in the Midwest. Thank you for that comment, Jennifer. I appreciate it. That's why I did this. And what I say with video is, you only need to help or serve one person to really make a difference using video, online video, right? Because without video, online video, where would you be? You'd be using the phone. We'd be using old school marketing techniques, right? Now we can just throw up a video. The masses can see us. They can learn from us. That's how it works. And Alan Sky says, it attracts more people to my brand. People get to know me, and when they see my content often, they end up liking me. With that comes trust, and that ultimately brings me more business. And that's what it's all about, using that know, like, and trust to attract more clients to us. He has the formula down. Let's follow Alan's. I should bring him on and interview him. All right, Mayor Bano says, my course is ready. Thanks to you for helping me get over my fear videos. Yeah, it took a year, but I'm putting myself more out there. I have your voice in my head telling me to get over it. And that's all you have to do, is just get over yourself, get over your fears, get over your challenges, follow my instructions, and start making some videos. All right, so let's go back to the start. Now, I've told my story, my origin story several times. This time I'm going to share a video that I created not too long ago with you because this really digs into it deeper, and I share all the nitty gritty of my background, my story, my failures, and my successes with you. So let's watch that now. So I'm from California originally. I was born in San Jose, raised in a small city called East Palo Alto.
Happens every day. Shit, somebody gotta get shot.
A gang war that erupted in the streets of East Palo Alto.
Grew up watching the news, and the city that I was from used to always be in the media, used to always be on the news because of young people making poor decisions. And I didn't know that I was actually going to study news. Like my dad liked watching the 10 o'clock news. I grew up watching the news. But then when I got to community college, I started studying broadcasting. I took an announcing class and really haven't not worked in anything media related ever since like my second semester at the College of San Mateo. After that announcing class, I wanted to work at the college radio station. I had an on-air shift. I worked at the TV station as an associate producer. Then I transferred to the University of Florida, where I continued to study the media. Then after I graduated, I moved to DC. I worked at ABC7, and then I moved down to Tampa, Florida. I got a job as a reporter trainee in Tampa. And that's when I really hit the wall, as so to speak. So I was hired to be a reporter trainee, but the news director told me, he said, "Hey man, you're either gonna sink or swim." And if I just didn't tread water, like slowly drowning was what I was doing. So after I finally started reporting, I just really struggled. Like Tampa is a big market. It's like the 13th largest media market. There are a lot of seasoned journalists. And it was my first time like really reporting and working in a big station.
Hey there, we've learned that
I would get really nervous. I would suffer from anxiety. I would have panic attacks almost. I would forget my lines. I would say, I would really struggle to communicate during my live shots especially. So how can you be a reporter and you can't go live, right? It's part of the job. So what happened was one of the photographers who worked at the station, it was one weekend, I was helping him move. And after we were done working for the day, he was like, "Amani, what's going on with you?" He was like, you're really struggling, and what's the deal?" I was like, "Man, I know, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on. I just can't figure it out." And he was like, "Well, a lot of the people that you work with who you think are even your friends talk about you behind your back." It wasn't really a shock to me because I knew what was going on. Like I knew, like every time I go, like this didn't just happen once. This would happen over and over again. It was really frustrating. I was like at my wit's end. So I told him that, somebody gave me some advice. They told me to be like this particular reporter. And he was like, "Man, I don't know. I don't know if you got some good advice or not." So he decided to work with me. So he counted my ums. He'd give me tough love. He would he whipped me into shape is what he did. And people started to notice, like I started to slowly improve. And finally one day I was doing a stand-up and I was doing my little on-camera bit. And he was like, "Amani, why are you yelling at me?" And I didn't really know that I was yelling. I was trying to be like an authoritative reporter, right? I was trying to be like what I always thought reporters sounded like. And it's like, "I think that person gave you some bad advice saying that you need to be like this guy." He was like, "Look at this other reporter anchor at our station. He's like, he's kind of cool. He's kind of like your personality." Now, I'm not saying that I'm cool because I'm more of a geek, but he was just saying he's more laid back, right? Because I have a laid back personality. And after he said that, the light bulb kind of went off. I could be myself. I could be my own authentic self on camera, and it could work for me. So after that, I rapidly started improving. And by the time I left the station, I was a seasoned journalist. I covered stories for the networks. I finally got the live thing down. I could cover breaking news. I could pretty much go live in any situation. I covered major hurricanes. I mean, I did everything at the station and had some fun too. So after I moved to Atlanta in 2006, I really enjoyed teaching because I've taught at a couple of universities, and I was thinking about what could I help people with. And so I was thinking maybe there are other introverts who are business owners who want to make videos, they want to speak on camera, but they're just I don't know where to start, right? They don't. So I did some research, and I talked to some folks, and it seemed like the idea could work. So I called my project Video Fearless. I promise you that is my story, and I'm sticking to it. So are you even in the right place? Why would you be watching this training? Why would you be watching this 4-part module? Why are you even paying attention to me right now, which I thank you for? Well, maybe you're an expert coach or content creator who wants to make high quality videos, but you just don't know where to start. Or maybe you're a YouTuber and it's starting to grow, your channel's starting to grow. You need to move from your iPhone to a better camera, but there's so many options that are confusing, you really don't know where to start. Or maybe you're a company that wants to leverage video for marketing and communications, but you need to put together a budget and gear list, and you really just need some help doing that. I got your back if you are any or all of the above. And if you're ready to invest in some gear and start making videos, you're in the right place. And right now, the investment can just be the knowledge that you're learning, the time you're investing into learning this information. And then outside of this, you can implement it and go, we can work together to make sure you have exactly what you need to get your studio hooked up right. And make sure you stick around to the end, because I have an awesome bonus for you. It is a very new, something new for you. And so I'll just say that. So make sure you wait to the end, because, you got to see if you got the trivia questions right, and then you got to stick around for the bonus. All right. So if you're wondering if you can do this, it just should be no doubt in your mind that yes, you can. No matter what your challenges are, no matter what your knowledge base is or your skill set, you can definitely make videos. They're super easy these days. Even if you just have a cell phone, you can do it. All right. So can you do it? Yes, you can. That's what I say. So these are the do's and don'ts, all right? So don't buy anything without research. Big mistake, because you might buy something that you don't even need, that you have trouble using, that's very overly complicated. Like if you buy a Red camera and you're just trying to create a vlog at your home studio, that's a little bit overkill, right? So start simple and then invest, all right? Start with the bare minimum and then work your way up. And that's the best way to go, especially with video production, because you can spend a whole lot on your equipment, on accessories, and then you might end up being overwhelmed. So just get the bare minimum, and then as you need to scale, you can always upgrade. And mistake number 3 is to bite off more than you can chew. And I gave you an example, like using a Red camera for if you've never made a video before. So just always do some research. Start simple. You'll be in good shape if you just follow those 2 simple rules. And why would you even want to learn about what I'm talking about? Well, because you will need some equipment, all right? It is video production, which means you need some video equipment to produce your videos. Now, there is gear for every budget. So even if you have a big budget or maybe not so big, there's some gear that you can invest in, but you probably need a little bit of guidance, which is what I'm here to do. And of course, you want to do it like a professional, because why wouldn't you? So this is the video gear house. This is what should be in your video gear house. You should have a video camera. You should have some lights. You should have a microphone or 2. You should have a tripod. And you should have an editing program. And then maybe some accessories like headphones, cables, an interface, etc. All right. So let's start off with cameras. All right. So a webcam is a basic camera that you can use to make videos. As a matter of fact, I'm using a webcam right now. There's a webcam in front of my workstation. Your laptop probably has a built-in webcam. You can even use like a DSLR camera as a webcam, all right? But in general, webcams are small, inconspicuous, mounted on your computer. They work really well for talking head videos like this one. It's more of a set it and forget it situation where you might have your lights pre-configured. I have my microphone here. I just turn on my lights, ready to go, all right? Your next option is a mobile phone, all right? Mobile phone. Do it like this. Mobile phone. All right, mobile phones are great for video because a lot of them shoot 4K or even or HD at a minimum, and they're inconspicuous. They go everywhere with you. You always have a mobile phone with you. You always have your device with you. That's why if there's any sort of breaking news, people are always like, shoot first and ask questions later. All right, because mobile phones are so accessible, and they can also be great for your video content because who doesn't have a phone always with them? All right, next is a video camera, which can go all the way up to like cinema cameras, but video cameras like a camcorder, they're professional camcorders, they're professional cameras. Video cameras, there are cinema video cameras. It runs the gamut. You can go from very affordable prosumer, consumer grade, all the way up the ranks. Really just depends on your budget. And then last but not least, a DSLR or mirrorless camera, and they are like this one. This is a DSLR by Canon. It's a 70. It's an older camera, but it shoots great pictures. The lens just attaches here, and the camera still works. And I still use it for video every now and then. I also have a Panasonic. All right. So those are your options when it comes to cameras, just to get started. Now, what about lights? All right, because you always want to put some light on the subject, right? Let me always do this demonstration. So let me do this real quick for you. All right, so why would you want to use lights? Because lights make the scene just better. They tell your eyes what to focus on. They help the camera receive the information, the video information. Lighting tells you what's important in the frame. Lighting is everything. That's what a gaffer once told me on a music video shoot set. All right, so the first option is actually the lights that I'm using right now, which I'll grab this one for giggles, if I can grab it. All right, this is a clamp light. Try not to get the... All right, this is a clamp light. You see the clamps right here, just clamps on. And the light, I put some paper and some wax paper on here for diffusion because it was a little bit too bright. All right, now, what are clamp lights good for? Well, clamp lights, like I'm just for a lights that you need just close to yourself to light a subject. Close to yourself, you don't have a big budget for lighting. Those lights cost like $8 a piece, minus the bulb, without the bulb, which, you know, is a small investment in a bulb, right? A regular light bulb. And so that's all you need to get started. Just keep it simple. All right, next, a ring light. Now, you've seen the ring lights. A lot of the beauty vloggers use them. They're just lights that sit around the camera. And they're also been popularized by TikTokers, use ring lights a lot. Now, the thing about ring lights is, the only thing that I really don't care for is that you can always see the ring in the subject's pupil when they're shooting with a ring light. And that's really the only thing. That's my only complaint. Other than that, ring lights can work great. They cast a pretty even lighting on the subject. They work well at close areas. Not so well if there's some distance between the subject and the light. But a ring light is also a good option. Now, if you want to step it up, you might want to get an LED light. Now, that light behind me is an LED light. So they have a bigger throw. They can light up a set a little more efficiently than a clamp light or ring light, which are, you know, for close proximity. And if you have more of a professional setup, you might want to invest in an LED to light your set. All right. So those are your basic options. There are light kits and all sorts of goodies that you can invest in. Some are more expensive than others. But yeah, that's your lighting. You always want to put light on the subject. Lighting is important. Now let's talk about sound, because you got to use a microphone. That was the big difference between, you know, online video not too long ago and now, right? A lot of folks use microphones now. Not so long ago, it wasn't the case. So let's start off with the lavalier mic. What is a lavalier mic? Well, you've seen lavalier mics. They are the inconspicuous little clip-on mics. They go under the shirt to the collar. They clip on the tire lapel. They're very inconspicuous, great for sit-down interviews where the subjects are moving around a lot. Lavalier mics are also good for like podium conversations when someone's lecturing from a podium, especially if they want to walk around. You can use a handheld mic as well, but you know, you want to be hands-free. And lavalier mics are great for hands-free interviews, very inconspicuous. The next option, which is a handheld mic, which this is a handheld mic, right? What's your name? Great for interviews, great for running gun situations, right? Where you want to ask someone questions and put them on the spot, put the big old mic in their face. You want to keep it kind of out the front. You don't want to, you know, have them eating the mic. You don't want it to cover up their face, but just, you know, below someone's face there, and then you ask them questions. All right. So this is also known as a stick mic in production. That's what stick mics are good for. All right. The next option is a boom mic. Now this is a boom. This, let me show it to you here. Turn it just a little bit. I'll do that. All right. So this is a boom. This is a boom. This is a desktop mic. And so booms are good for situations where you still want the speaker to be hands-free, but you want them to have a mic. You want them to speak into a mic as well. All right. Now, if I have my druthers, I'd rather be talking to a lavalier mic rather than having, you know, my desktop mic all in the frame. But it still works, right? It still allows me to be hand-free. It's black, so it's not as conspicuous, and I'm wearing black as well. But this is a desktop mic. This is a Rode NT-USB mic. This is an Audio-Technica mic. This also doubles as a desk mic. All right. It has XLR and it has USB inputs, so you can use it as a USB microphone. It's very versatile. All right. So those are microphones, and there's a variety of microphones like Like this mic, for example, is a condenser microphone. All right, and I can't get into microphones, all the specifics, but there's a lot of qualities, pickup patterns, and some have batteries. Like condenser mics have batteries. Other mics are phantom powered. It just really depends. But it's important to know the pickup patterns and the best way mics work, because that will determine. For instance, this mic only picks up audio from right in front of the mic. If I was speaking in the back of the mic, it wouldn't hear me at all. So you have to know the pickup patterns. That will determine the best way you use the mic, or what direction you point the mic. So you got to know all that stuff. Let's talk about editing now. So we talked about the gear. Let's talk about the software. So, or apps that enable you to polish your video. And I'm talking about graphics, music, cuts, transitions, and narration, etc. So editing just allows you to polish your video up. That's what you do when you use editing software. And Adobe Premiere Creative Cloud is a very popular editing application. The basic entry-level one is called Adobe Elements. Final Cut Pro is the prosumer Mac-based editing program. And iMovie comes on every Mac computer. It's free, so you should have that if you're a Mac user. And then I like to use ScreenFlow actually to edit and to record this course. I use ScreenFlow to record this video right now. ScreenFlow is a screen recording app program that also allows you to edit videos. It has green screen, does a whole bunch. It's very robust. And its counterpart is called Camtasia. Now, Camtasia is available for PC or Mac. So if you have a PC, go with Camtasia, I say. And then InShot and Kine or KineMaster, I don't know how to say it. KineMaster, KineMaster. Those are mobile editing applications. So great for your devices. I've never used KineMaster. I've used InShot, but I've seen some great reviews for KineMaster or KineMaster. So those are just some options for you to consider as you move forward. But you gotta, you have to get your video edited, even if it's some light trimming. All right, you gotta do that. All right, so that is the Video Gear House. That's the video camera, lights, microphone, tripod, and some accessories, which I didn't get into. But as you research, as you learn more about the equipment, you'll learn about all the above. So I have some tips for you now. Use your script as a guide, especially when it comes to your shoot and the edit. All right, the shoot will dictate what scenes and what lines you need to capture. And for the edit, it will dictate what edits the editor needs to make, what shots are selected, what graphics need to appear where, when the music needs to come in and out. That should all be outlined in the script. All right. Now, when it comes to shooting your video, you want to watch your framing and watch your shot selection. So there's a basic framing rule that all photographers follow. There's also some basic shots that all cameramen or all video folks follow, like wide shot, medium shot, close up. It's just important to know those shots, know how to use them, know when they're used, when you want to use those shots. And then when it comes to editing, you want to trim the fat. That's what it's all about, trimming the fat. You want to watch your transitions, and you got to be patient because editing may take longer than you expect. All right. So just know that you got to have some patience. Even though it looks cool at the end, like getting there might be a little bit tedious. I love editing, but some people it's really is a headache. So you just got to figure it out. All right. And last but not least, get some help. So remember, production at the end of the day, production really is a team sport. Even though you can do it solo, you can do it as a one-man slammer. It's putting the best people in the right position. So whether it's a producer, a cameraman, editor, really all those people work together to create a great product. But if nothing else, you need a mentor, someone to guide you along, someone you can ask questions to, someone who you can ask to help you as you craft your story, or source your equipment, or just to provide some tips or suggestions. All right. Next, I would say having a cameraman or editor on your team. Some cameramen also edit. So that's a plus. But if nothing else, you need a cameraman and an editor. And then maybe you want to consult with the producer. What does a producer do? Well, the producer is like the quarterback. The producer will coordinate the shoot. He'll work with the client to make sure the script is written. He might write the script or hire a script writer. He will book the crew and make sure that everything is edited on schedule, on time, and the video is made on budget, most importantly. That's what a producer does. And last but not least, you might want to go with an intern. Now, I don't really recommend interns as being your first choice, but an intern might be if an intern is an A-list intern, They might be an asset to your team. All right. Some students aren't so studious. So if you know what I mean. So you just got to be very choosy in terms of who you and what roles you give them. So, interns are students generally, and you wouldn't hire a student to perform like open heart surgery, would you? Not a student, but if they're a seasoned doctor, yes. So just consider that with video production as well. A student might not be ready for, to craft the video and to really shoot it and edit it and do everything, but maybe they have some skills that can be applied or help you with your production or with your shoot. All right, so just keep that in mind as you move forward with your video plans. All right. Now, what happens when you become video fearless? Well, you become like Charlotte Squire, who I mentioned her in a preceding module, but she's from Germany. She's the law of attraction coach who couldn't speak at all when I first contacted her. I asked her what a law of attraction coach was, and she froze up. All right, but then she, got some instruction, and now she says, awesome coaching session, Amani. Big thanks. Been playing around with video. And there at the bottom, she says, I have to thank you again, Amani. Having fun creating videos. And if video making isn't really fun for you, like I love making videos. Maybe you don't love it. Maybe it's not a passion of yours. But if it's not enjoyable in the least, then maybe there's another form of marketing that you really need to look into, because it can be time consuming and you have to plan it out. And so if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then maybe it's a sign that you need to be doing some other kind of marketing. But it's so powerful, right? Video is so powerful. We've all grown up watching video. So I say, why not learn? But that's really up to you to decide. Now, as we wrap things up, I'm going to share one more video with you. This is a mashup of some of my past students who've gone through my coaching program, because this is how video works. This is how testimonial videos work. It's not me speaking, it's other students. So let's take a look at what they have to say about my program now.
Video is honestly the way to go for my niche.
I wanted to be able to share my story with the world.
I started my business and I knew I needed to do video.
It's harder than people think.
What has been stopping me is my fear of public speaking.
Fear of being perfect or not perfect enough.
A lifelong camera shy.
I feel comfortable on the stage where I'm sharing my story. When it comes to video, I just don't naturally connect the same way.
I was like fumbling around, not knowing what to say or how to say it. I actually tried other classes and other, instructors, master groups and stuff.
I lucked into finding Amani, and we had a very short coaching session together during which he really put me at my ease and shared his story of his journey that made me feel that maybe I could do it if he could just show me the way.
He was a regular person making videos, except that he had serious journalism experience.
It was a great opportunity for me to connect with a professional.
And I thought, well, heck, if he's just making videos like a normal person, then certainly I can too.
Every day I got a little more comfortable being on camera.
Video seems to be working for me.
I can't recommend Amani highly enough.
I'm ready to rock and roll now. I think I got this.
My recommendation is that you reach out to Amani Channel of Video Fearless and you engage with some of his curriculum and coaching, because really he is the key and he will help a lot of us kind of scale past that billable hour.
All right, so how did that make you feel? Are you ready to step up your video game? Do you have any questions whether you can do it or not? If so, are you ready to step it up? Are you ready to commit? That's the first step, is just to make a commitment. If you are, then you may be interested in my Video Marketing and Confidence Club. I may change the name of it. Basically, I'm opening it up to students now, a few students. And so these are the first couple of modules, which I'm not going to go into everything about the course, but you've gotten a good taste of what you're going to learn through this, entry-level mastery course, right? So video production mastery, the video storytelling blueprint. What do you want to do? What do you want for your brand? What do you want for your business? How do you want to be seen or known in your community? What do you want people to think of when they see you? All right, your video content can be integral to putting yourself out there, to getting your brand out there, to become top of mind. And if you're not making videos right now, the question is, what are you going to do to change that? Who's going to help you? Who do you have to help you? Who's in your corner? All right, it doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to be a gut-wrenching experience. You can be very relaxed and enjoy it. All right, so that's what this program is designed for. I'm going to have weekly coaching calls. And if you're interested, this is the thing, if you're interested, no pressure, just sign up for a free video transformation call, serious bookings only. So please don't take any spots if you're not ready to make an investment. If you're not ready to make an investment, it's no big deal. Just, make sure you watch this series a couple of times, take some notes so you can learn from other content creators as far as the video production and video marketing process. But if you want to work with me, you got to book a call, because I want to make sure you're a match, you're ready, you're fit, you're committed. Like I said, that's all I'm looking for, is a few committed warriors who are ready to go out there and share their message on camera. So take a picture of that QR code or go to bit.ly/callfearless and schedule. I only have a few slots during the week, so schedule your confidence call and we'll see if it's right for you. Hopefully it is. All right, let's get to the trivia now. So what is more important than what? Is the camera more important than the lens? Would you put A? Or what about B? Extras are more important than the main talent. And I meant to put main talent there. Video is more important than audio, or audio is more important than video, or is it E? None of the above. All right, so do, 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 do. That's the Jeopardy song, by the way. Do, do, do. I don't sing. All right, so the answer is D. Audio is more important than video. How is that, you say? Well, because you have to hear me. If I was just sitting here and what would you do? You would turn it off if I was just moving my lips for 15 minutes and you couldn't hear me. So just remember that audio is the most important part of your video. And it's important to be heard and seen. All right, just remember that. All right, so we've come to the end, my friends. So I'm going to recap. You always have to tell people what you're going to tell them. Tell them what you tell them, and then you tell them what you told them. All right, so that's what I'm going to do right now. So the first part of this course was the video production formula, where I shared the simple 4-step process to create any kind of content. All right, so whatever's in your mind, you can create. Just look for other content that's out there. You can model it. You can do it. All right, and then once you have the process down, if you're challenged with just speaking on camera, if you get nervous, anxious, if you get sick to your stomach, then you might want to be interested in watching the Video Confidence Accelerator, where I share my 6-part framework to help you start making videos to speak on camera with confidence, because confidence is everything. And then you need to know how to tell your stories. That's very important. You got to attract people to you. You got to build that know, like, and trust. That's what the Storytelling Avalanche is all about. And then last but not least, you got to gear up. And so you just entered into the Video Gear House. You just watched and participated in the Video Gear House. So thank you so much for your attention. I hope to see you on a call. Hopefully you want to schedule a video transformation call. But if not, it's all good. I just appreciate the time that we've been able to spend, the information that I've been able to share with you. Hopefully you've gotten a lot of value out of this content. If you're watching this video on YouTube, like it, share it with a person who might could use it. All right, if you're seeing this anywhere else, hopefully I will keep this up. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it up, but I'm going to share some links below to the other courses in this program, the other videos in this program, so that you can catch up. If you're just now watching video number 4, there's some 3 other awesome videos for you to watch. So you can do that now, or else just catch me online, catch me on the internet, because that's where I be's at. I'm Amani Channel. You can always reach me at Amani Channel everywhere, but LinkedIn is my preferred method. So that's my email. That's my LinkedIn address there. Just search for Amani Channel and you will find me. And I will see you on the internet. Thank you so much. Peace. I always say peace.